It was your birthday, you were preparing for the guest VJ spot, and so we really didn't get a chance to talk that much at the time, but since that time, of course, the album has just taken off, really taken off, and you're on tour right now, and it was supposed to be a short tour. That's what we were reporting in the music news. Now, what changed your mind?
Well, it still is pretty short. I think all in all, there's only 39 shows altogether, but I wasn't going to go to the West Coast just because of the size of venues that we're doing is real small, and the expense was the reason I wasn't going to go out there. But there were so many people saying, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. So we added some shows in California. So we're going to go out and play, Los Angeles, San Diego, places like that. Mm-hmm. So,
It may just keep getting extended. No. Now, we have a news story today about the Mellencampers. Now, did you hear about this? Those are kids who parked outside Indiana University's auditorium for 4 days waiting for tickets for your show there. And in fact, I understand the show sold out in 4 hours, and they had to add another show. So how do you feel about all of that happening? And that, of course, is your hometown right now.
Well, I was just in Poughkeepsie a few nights ago, and that show sold out in 2 hours, and the last guy to sell it out was Springsteen. He sold it out in 4 hours. So all this is good for me, because it, I think it's important that when you go into a town that people know you're going to come there. If I'd have gone in and played, 20,000 seats, there'd have been 10,000 seats left over. Oh yeah, we can get those tickets tonight, So it kind of creates a little demand for things. And plus, the reason I'm really doing it is because I really, last year I did 130 shows. The smallest hall I played was 9,000 seats. I played up to 82,000 seats, and it got to the point where I didn't know where I was at, where I was going. They had the name of the town, written down. I'd say, oh yeah, this is where we're at tonight. And the shows, I want the shows to be important to me, If they're important to me, they'll be important to the audience. And by playing the small halls, the people that are real John Cougar Mellencamp, are into it, will be there.
Look at that picture. There they are. The Mellencampers. They're into it.
I know that dude.
I bet you do. We got John Cougar Mellencamp with us this hour. You're going to hang out with this hour,
sure.
Right? We got John Cougar Mellencamp with us this hour. We're going to take care of some biz and watch some more videos, and John will be back shortly. In case you just walked in the door, we're talking with John Cougar Mellencamp this hour here on MTV. And John, a while back we were talking about the album, and we had in the music news one day that we had heard that your song, Pink Houses, was being considered as a campaign song for President Reagan. I'm sure you must have heard about that. How did that happen?
Yeah, I heard something about that, but, I'm into social things, but I don't really want to enter the realms of politics in any way, shape, or form. So when I was told about it, I just played like I never heard anything about it, It's like, I don't know nothing about this, So, I'd heard some talk about that, but I just didn't.
They would have to get your permission to use that, though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think so. And, if it was really for real or not, who knows? And so I just kind of kept away from all that,
Do you think that Pink Houses is a patriotic song?
I think that Pink Houses is a song that is a slice of America that you don't see on postcards. You see Disneyland, you see, the things that man have built in the United States that are important to us, but you never really see the real working person's view of it, which Pink Houses, I think, shows. And I think it's a patriotic thing, and that we have to get together and change some of these things that are going on in the United States. I was just in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the steel workers, and I felt sorry for those people because, they were having their elections, and now they were having pickets, and,
A lot of rock and rollers have been doing some benefits for those steel workers in Pittsburgh as well.
Right, yeah.
We heard that you thought that Pink Houses was possibly the very best song that you've ever written.
Well, it's the first song, I tell you, the older I get, the more of a consciousness I get about what I do. I used to write songs like I Need a Lover and Hurt So Good and all that, and those are all fun songs, but the older I get, the more I feel like I should try to say something in my songs and have some kind of consciousness, not preach at people, not feel like I'm speaking to people, but say something that they can say, yes, this is about me, this is about how I feel, and they can hold on to it. I think that's the problem with the music today, is that there's so many songs that are, oh, this song's cute, this song's nice, but I'm not sure that a teenager is going to have something to go, do you remember 1984, and this song meant something to these people. So I think Pink Houses was a song that the idea of writing a song is to connect with as many people as you can, and I think Pink Houses connected with a lot of people.
Did you think, were you happy with the Pink Houses video and how the visuals were?
I thought that the thing I was real happy with it. It took a long time to do, and there was a lot of different scenes in it, and I even tried to edit it myself. 18 hours to edit into that thing, and I walked out, and it was the awfulest thing. I said, "You guys take over. I'm not a film editor." But I think it turned out pretty good. I was happy with it. I think that it told the story of the song pretty well. So yeah, I was proud of it.
Well, since Pink Houses is your favorite song, right, we thought we'd play it for you right now.
All right.
While you're sitting here with us here on MTV.
Okay.
Pink Houses, John Cougar Mellencamp. Listen, tell us about the Authority song, the video, and how the concept all came about.
Well, that song originally was a reggae song when I wrote it. I fight authority, that's the way it went. And then there was so much of that going on, that I didn't want to feel like I was jumping on a bandwagon. So we just took it to where it really began, which was I Fought the Lie by Bobby Fuller 4. You remember that song? And we just kind of structured it like that. It was very intentional and very obvious. But the video concept had to do with, my original idea was to get a lot of footage of things, people who have fought authority in American history over the years, and people who are fighting it today and still have a cause. But that turned out to be a real lengthy idea to screen all that tape. It was like, we got 6 months to make this thing. So the idea of a fighter is where it came, and the little boy. The little boy was great in the video. I thought he was perfect because he just had that little attitude. It was almost like my second ego coming through.
Do you find that because you're so involved conceptually with the making of your videos that you sometimes run into conflicts with the producers and directors?
Well, see, this is to be honest, this is the first video. The Authority song was the first video that I really turned a lot of it over to a director. Always before I'd work with, and I've probably worked with him again, a company in Los Angeles, and we would develop the storyboards together, we'd set the shots together, and there was never any conflict. But this last one, there was a lot of this friction because, I just couldn't see myself in a boxing ring, and it's funny, when you're taken out of your element and somebody expects you to do something you feel uncomfortable with, and so it was hard for me to do that video, but I'm happy with the way it worked out, and, those people that I was working with are great people.
Wait a minute, what do you mean out of your element? I understand.
Well, I mean, your
hometown folks say, hey, John can get down.
The thing of it is, some guy yelling at you, act angry, act angry. Acting's like, I'm not angry at this moment.
After a while, they keep asking
yeah,
you.
Then I get angry, yeah.
What are your future projects? Are you going to produce any more albums like you did for Mitch Ryder?
Well, I've got 2 or 3 things that I'm talking to people in Los Angeles about, and I hate to, when you talk about them, because I may get fired from one of them before I even get started.
Well, listen, John, the next time you come swinging through, drop on by again.
I appreciate it.
Good seeing you. And we showed a little bit of what I'm going to show you now, and that is that in Bloomington, Indiana, they're calling them Mellencampers. These 2 guys you're seeing right now and dozens of others camped outside the box office at Indiana University's auditorium in Bloomington, Indiana for 4 days, just waiting to get tickets for the John Cougar Mellencamp show there. The show sold out in 4 hours. I'm sure those dudes got their tickets. However, they put another show on very next day. It sold out in 4 hours as well. Aboard George